This is CBN NewsWatch.
Thanks for joining us for CBN NewsWatch. I'm Mark Martin. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of President Trump's extreme vetting immigration policy, better known as his travel ban from some Muslim nations. Dale Hurd has the story.
This was a major win for Donald Trump, just as opponents saw it as a dark day for America. Moments after the decision, President Trump tweeted, "Supreme Court upholds Trump travel ban. Wow."
It's a very strong victory.
The court ruled that the president has the power to regulate immigration. Constitutional law professor Dr. Bradley Jacob says this wouldn't have been a court case had it not been for the president's comments on the campaign trail.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
If you look at the policy, just the policy, you say, of course it's constitutional. Of course it's legal under the statute. There's absolutely nothing wrong. It's the fact that while he was campaigning, he was giving speeches about how he was going to ban Muslims. He was going to keep Muslims out of this country. Well, the Constitution tells us you can't treat people differently just because of their religious views.
Justice Sotomayor, who opposed the ban, said the administration created the strong perception that the ban is contaminated by impermissible bias against Islam and its followers. But the ban does not restrict travel from the world's largest Muslim nations, and also includes two non-Muslim nations, North Korea and Venezuela. Yet Muslim groups treated it as a blanket ban on all Muslims entering the country.
What this means for my community as a Muslim right now is that we don't belong here. We're not allowed in this country.
Shame on you to take us back decades ago to the Dark Ages.
Just minutes after the ruling, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell shared this image on Twitter of himself shaking hands with Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, who voted to uphold the ban. McConnell blocked the nomination of former Obama Supreme Court nominee Merrick Garland in 2016, which allowed President Trump to nominate Gorsuch.
I think perhaps the most important thing a president does in most cases is appoint members of the Supreme Court and the federal judiciary generally. It is a function that will impact our nation for decades.
As one legal expert put it, even if you don't like Donald Trump, if you're conservative, be thankful that he's picking judges. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Here's a look at some of the other major stories we're following in the CBN newsroom today. A stunning defeat for a top congressional Democrat in Tuesday's primary elections in New York. 28-year-old Bernie Sanders supporter Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez ousted 10-term Democrat Joe Crowley. He had been considered a possible successor to Nancy Pelosi. Meanwhile, in Utah, former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney easily won the Republican nomination to run for the seat of retiring Senator Orrin Hatch. Romney is likely to win in November's general election. New this morning on the immigration battle, a California judge has ordered U.S. border officials to reunite separated families within 30 days. The order stating children younger than 5 must be reunified within 14 days. The judge also issued a nationwide injunction on future family separations unless the parent is deemed unfit or doesn't want to be with the child, and required the government to provide phone contact between parents and their children within 10 days. Later today, the House is set to vote on a compromise immigration bill. A federal judge in Virginia has allowed the case against Trump's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, to move forward. The judge rejected Manafort's bid to throw out charges in the special counsel's Russia investigation. The decision was a setback for Manafort in his defense against tax and bank fraud charges brought by special counsel Robert Mueller. For more on these and other stories, visit cbnnews.com. The Supreme Court handed pro-lifers a major victory Tuesday, ruling that a California law forcing crisis pregnancy centers to inform patients about abortion as an option violates the Constitution. CBN's Ben Kennedy reports.
Well, there was no doubt a victory for pro-life after the Supreme Court ruled that in the Golden State, pregnancy centers no longer have to advertise for abortions.
Oh, we are are so happy today. We're delighted with this victory.
They will no longer be forced into speech, and it's a victory for the women who go to these pregnancy resource centers.
The law required pregnancy centers to tell clients abortions are available at little or no cost. The mostly Christian-based centers felt the law forced them to deliver a message against their beliefs.
We know the reality is Planned Parenthood and NARAL, as you can hear, they're leading an all-out assault on these life-affirming centers.
Trust women! Trust women!
Opponents argue women must be told about all available options.
Women, we cannot have full freedom without autonomy over our body, and that means abortion rights.
Now, the ruling was close, 5-4. What does that tell you?
I think it just tells me that the issue, one of the issues involved women and abortion, and perhaps those on the left wanted to be on the other side with regard to what the specific issue is. But overall, this ruling is broad in that it affirms precedent that says all Americans have the right to express messages consistent with their convictions.
Now the ruling goes into effect right away, and it could also affect similar laws in other states. Ben Kennedy, CBN News, Washington.
The federal government's debt is on course to reach its highest level ever compared to the overall economy. The Congressional Budget Office predicts that in 10 years, the national debt will reach nearly 100% of the gross domestic product. In other words, the debt will be as big as the total annual output of the entire economy. And by 2048, the debt will amount to more than 150%. That's far higher than the previous record, which was set in 1946 after the heavy spending during World War II. Some economists worry that such a high debt level could be a drag on economic growth. Well, coming up, want to stay healthy? The secret is in your gut. Hear what researchers have uncovered. Welcome back. It's one of the keys to good health, yet few people know about it. Doctors say it fights illnesses ranging from the common cold to cancer. Lori Johnson explains how you can improve your health by making sure you have enough good bacteria in your gut.
Scientists say the key to good health lies hidden in our gut microbiome. We all have trillions of bacteria living in our intestines, hundreds of different species all performing different functions. Scientists call it our gut flora. Neurologist David Perlmutter is one of many physicians warning against disrupting this fragile ecosystem.
We all carry good and bad bugs, if you will, and it's the imbalance that seems to be the biggest trigger for our illnesses.
Dr. Vincent Pedre agrees, adding a healthy gut protects us from everything from the common cold to cancer.
So the connection between the gut and the immune system is quite significant because 80% of our immune system is located all along the boundary of the gut.
Unfortunately, when it comes to good gut bacteria, many of us are sorely lacking.
We're seeing a epidemic of disruption of the microbiome and the gut bacteria worldwide. And the reason for that is because of such widespread use and prescribing of antibiotics.
After all, antibiotics kill bacteria, bad and good.
You've got to understand that taking an antibiotic will change the complexity of your gut bacteria and the diversity of the gut bacteria for the rest of your life. Just one course of antibiotics.
Processed food can also be a culprit.
There's way too much sugar in our diet. And that sugar breeds bad organisms. And when I say sugar, I'm also talking about artificial sweeteners because they've been shown that artificial sweeteners cause a dysbiosis and promote the growth of not very favorable bacteria that can cause inflammation and disease.
We've got to welcome fat back to the table, but only the good fats, not the modified fats. So be very liberal with your use of extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil, grass-fed meat if you can find it, wild fish, nuts and seeds.
So while our lifestyle choices can really do a number on our intestinal flora, the good news is we can make our gut healthy again and keep it that way with probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics equal good bacteria. You can find these microscopic organisms in supplements as well as in cultured and fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, kefir, and kombucha. Your good bacteria live off prebiotics. Just like good soil, they create a nurturing environment so your bacteria can thrive. You can get prebiotics in supplement form as well as in foods like asparagus, onion, leeks, garlic, and dandelion greens.
When people start increasing their prebiotic fiber, the changes in their health the changes are remarkable. Weight loss, immediate improvement of mood by adding prebiotic fiber to your diet.
Not only mood, Perlmutter says even serious brain disorders like ADHD, autism, even Alzheimer's can improve by increasing good bacteria because they make neurotransmitters and vitamins while reducing inflammation.
Well, I lost my dad just last year to Alzheimer's disease, so I really get it. And I want to stand up and be heard that it's great that we try to develop a cure for this disease, but we know right now as we have this discussion that it is preventable. And when we eat a diet that nurtures the gut, it will nurture the brain.
So if you want to boost your health, doctors say improve your gut flora. That means avoiding processed foods, even antibacterial cleansers and antibiotics when advisable. Then add good bacteria with probiotics and boost them with prebiotics, available in supplements, certain foods, or both. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Still ahead, see how a teen started a faith movement at his school and it went nationwide. We'll be right back. For the third day in a row, thousands of Iranians took to the streets of Tehran to demonstrate against their government. They protested deteriorating economic conditions. And as Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem, Israeli leaders also used social media to speak directly to the Iranian people.
Social media video documented the protest. Shopkeepers shut down Tehran's Grand Bazaar. Others filled the streets near Iran's parliament, where police shot tear gas into the crowds. Some shouted, "Leave Syria, think about us." These demonstrators even shouted, "Death to Palestine." Mike Ansari of Mohabbat TV told CBN's George Thomas the dissatisfaction of Iranians runs deep.
Most Iranian families are facing grave economic hardship. The prices of milk, eggs, meat, bread has skyrocketed. Yet Iranian people are witnessing the government investing millions of dollars in expensive, regional disputes in Iraq, Syria, Yemen to increase its regional influence while they're going hungry.
Iran's economy is reeling. Prices are rising. The currency is falling and has lost almost half its value in 6 months. Now the economy is bracing for renewed sanctions after the U.S. pulled out of the nuclear deal with Tehran. In the midst of these demonstrations, Israeli leaders spoke directly to the Iranian people. Israel's defense minister asked them where their money is going, while Prime Minister Netanyahu turned to the World Cup and to soccer.
Can you imagine how hard it is to stop Ronaldo from scoring a goal? But the Iranian team just did the impossible. To the Iranian people, I say, you showed courage on the playing field. And today you show the same courage in the streets of Iran.
It's unclear where these demonstrations will end up, but some hope they could eventually lead to a regime change.
No dictatorship stands for a long period of time, even if they disguise themselves with so-called free election. It will happen, maybe in a year, maybe in 5 years, maybe in decades. The question is how much damage this regime would cause until it will disappear from earth.
One day I'll hope to watch Iran's soccer team go head-to-head against Israel in a free Tehran. On that day, we'll all be winners.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Here at home, at age 16, Jordan Whitmer came up with an idea to lead his friends to Christ. And today, just 3 years later, he's leading a national ministry that helps high school students do just that. Heather Sells reports.
The key to this ministry is student leadership, and the proof: no one over 18 is allowed on that stage. It's the big idea behind what's known as How to Life. From start to finish, students lead. That includes worship, running the soundboard, and sharing their testimonies.
I attempted to take my own life. I did not feel a purpose on this earth.
I just broke down and I said, God, I really need you to help me through this right now. God came so that you may have life, and so that you may have it abundantly.
CBN News went to Wichita Falls, Texas for this How to Life event, led by Angel Velasquez.
I was really excited that it was kids my age trying to reach out to kids my age.
Jordan Whitmer was a junior in high school when he realized students want to live out their faith. That's why he started How to Life.
Students today really want truth. They want hope. They want real, genuine, quality, legit facts about how they truly can live for Jesus.
It's a frustration common to many high school students who are growing in their faith but unsure about how to share it.
The story we continue to hear are these students that say, hey, I wanted to do something like this. I want to reach my friends for Jesus, but I don't really know how.
In just 3 years, thousands have attended How to Life rallies and hundreds have accepted Christ.
Tonight was phenomenal, way better than I could have ever perceived.
I got to witness so many different people rededicate their lives to Christ and meet him for the first time and just truly experience his presence for the first time, which is awesome.
The people I saw come to Christ, I was just overwhelmed with joy.
These students believe they must take responsibility for their generation, and they won't be held back by their youth.
We will be the ones who are going to lead the church next, and so at some point we've got to take that leadership.
Vulnerability is a key to making this ministry work. Students have to be willing to tell their friends stories of God's work in their lives, stories that include everything from family conflict to thoughts of suicide.
And my mom walked in and she held me and she said, "Child, you're my heart. I cannot lose you." And when we're going through tough times like this, God is literally standing here, arms open, saying, "Child, you are my heart. I cannot lose you."
For Whitmer, the path is clear, coming alongside students who are ready to share their faith and willing to invest in the months of planning needed to pull off nights like this.
I view that time is short for us to step up and make a difference and impact an entire generation of teenagers that so desperately need Jesus.
Reporting in Wichita Falls, Texas, Heather Sells, CBN News.
It's great to see the young people really getting involved and leading their generation to Christ. If you're a young person, maybe you could do the same thing in your area. Go to cbnnews.com for more information. Back in a moment with more of CBN NewsWatch. The film I Can Only Imagine continues to break records. The faith-based film brought in over $83 million when it hit theaters in March, and now it has become the #1 selling DVD in America since its June 5th release. The movie follows the true story of Bart Millard, lead singer of the Christian band Mercy Me, and his relationship with his father and their walk with God. I have not seen it yet, but I definitely want to. Well, you can find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues you care about most at cbnnews.com. Also, tell us what you think about the stories you've seen here, and you can do that by emailing newswatch at cbn.com or talk to us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hope you'll join us next time. Have a great day.